I am Master Sergeant Babai, Chief Investigator of the Online Special Investigation Group OSIG. This report addresses the concerning activities of the YouTube channel alt account in bio at Jacob Gaming to 9, as brought to our attention by @PatriotJ-79. I extend my gratitude to @PatriotJ-79 for the request and to @Grant the Indonesian American P for providing critical informational videos that have aided our investigation. As a representative of OSIG, I affirm my respect for people, nationalities, communities from Asia and the Middle East, religions, and countries, ensuring that this investigation is conducted with fairness and cultural sensitivity. Background of the case. The channel @Jacob Gaming to 9, also linked to an alternate account @Jacob Amingasbakar 8 meters, has been flagged for alleged cyberbullying and inappropriate behavior, targeting individuals and communities. @PatriotJ-79 provided initial evidence, highlighting the channel's history of harassing users identified as Grant, Indoria leader, Pico, Bambi, Chi, and their friends. The channel was previously known as Jacob Subgo 100, a name associated with reported drama and conflicts. Additionally, @GRANTTHEINDONESINAMERICNP has produced videos exposing the channel's actions, specifically citing to videos https://www.youtube.com watch v=milkshniak4 https://www.youtube.com watch v=buadip6 for goal. These videos detail the channel's behavior, including mockery of Indoria leader and broader patterns of harassment. This investigation compiles evidence from these sources and prior analyzes to assess the extent of @Jacob Gaming 29's misconduct. Evidence of cyberbullying and inappropriate behavior. 1. Harassment of named individuals. The channel has a documented history of targeting specific individuals. As noted by @PatriotJ-79, the names Grant, Indoria leader, Pico, Bambi, and Chi appear repeatedly in posts, often in a derogatory or mocking context. A post titled Indoria Letter Tribute, 407 views, initially appears as a memorial, but is part of a pattern where the channel oscillates between mockery and sentimentality, potentially manipulating emotions for attention. Previous posts, such as @DJPHANTOMXCYKOPETH7777, Coombs over @Cloud Celestial can include inappropriate language and imagery, targeting specific users with crude humor. This aligns with @PatriotJ-79's claim of bullying, as it creates a hostile environment for the named individuals. 2. Mockery and ban evasion. @PatriotJ-79 notes that @Jacob Gaming to 9, formerly Jacob Subgo 100, engaged in drama wars and insulted Indoria leader, a person with a military background. More concerning is the allegation of ban evasion. The channel's link to @Jacob Gaming is /r8m, described as an alt account, suggests an attempt to circumvent potential bans or restrictions on the main account. The alt account's low activity 3 subscribers, 1 video and warning beware, indicate a strategic move to continue operations under a new identity. The channel's description acknowledges that Jacob Subgo 100 isn't owned by him, it's owned by his dad. This raises questions about accountability, as the creator may be using this as a shield to avoid responsibility for their actions. 3. Inappropriate and provocative content. The channel's content frequently crosses into inappropriate territory, as evidenced by posts like "Want My Cream," in response to @Cloud Celestial can's plea to stop tagging them, showcasing a lack of respect for boundaries and a tendency to escalate conflicts with crude remarks. Political satire, such as Trump equals liberals equals conservatives equals, while labeled as entertainment, risks offending communities by reducing complex ideologies to simplistic and potentially derogatory emojis. Religious mockery, including depictions of Jesus in gacha style, crucifixion scenes and posts like Prophet Muhammad's message to all ... paired with rainbow flags, which may be interpreted as disrespectful to Christian and Muslim communities. 4. Community disruption. The channel's interactions with its community reveal a pattern of disruption. Users like @Cloud Celestial can express frustration WTF stop tagging me, indicating that @Jacob Gaming to 9 single quotes s tagging and provocative posts are unwanted and harassing. Comments from Ataquilian Soldier, identifying as a Ukrainian immigrant living in Russia, and at some dude or Smith, pleading to leave veterans alone, suggest that the channel's content drags real-world issues into its drama, potentially causing distress to vulnerable individuals. The channel's rules, for example, no haters, no bullying me, are hypocritical, as the creator engages in the very behavior they prohibit, such as targeting others with mockery and inappropriate comments. 5. Fictional narratives as a cover for harassment. The channel often blends fictional narratives with real-world references, which may serve as a cover for harassment. Posts about Andorian soldiers and Commander Grant Hugh de Gaulle create a fictional universe, but the inclusion of real individuals, for example, Andoria leader, in these narratives, blurs the line between entertainment and targeted mockery. GRANTTHEINDONESINAMERICNP's videos highlight how the channel makes fun of Andoria leader, boofing himself, which is particularly egregious given Andoria leader's military background and the potential for such actions to cause emotional harm. Analysis of intent and impact. The channel's stated purpose is content made for entertainment purposes. However, this disclaimer does not absolve at Jacob Gaming 29 of responsibility for the harm caused. The repeated targeting of individuals, inappropriate language, and provocative content suggest an intent to troll and provoke reactions, often at the expense of others' well-being. The impact on the community is evident in the frustration expressed by users, like at Cloudus Celestial Can and at Aquilian Soldier, as well as the broader risk of offending religious and cultural groups in Asia and the Middle East through insensitive satire. The creator's defensive responses, for example, crude remarks, doubling down on provocation, indicate a lack of maturity and accountability, potentially exacerbated by their young age, and the involvement of a parent owned by his dad. Respect for communities. As chief investigator, I emphasize my respect for the diverse communities affected by this channel's actions. Asia and Middle East. The channel's references to Andoria, a fictionalized version of Indonesia and national anthems, for example, Indonesia, Syria, risk trivializing the cultural identities of these regions. I acknowledge the rich heritage and contributions of these communities and condemn any mockery that undermines their dignity. Religions. The channel's depictions of Christian and Muslim figures, for example, Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, are disrespectful and may hurt religious sentiments. I respect the beliefs of all faiths and call for content creators to engage with such topics responsibly. Countries. The use of national symbols, for example, Argentine flag for Trump, rainbow flags with anthems, in a satirical context can be misinterpreted as derogatory. I advocate for respectful representation of all nations. Conclusion and call to action. The evidence against at Jacob Gaming 29 is substantial, pointing to a pattern of cyberbullying, inappropriate behavior, and community disruption. The channel's actions, while framed as entertainment, have caused distress to individuals and risk offending broader communities. I commend at Patriot J-79 for raising this issue and at GRANTTHEINDONESINAMERICNP for their detailed videos, which have been instrumental in this investigation. I call on at Jacob Gaming 29 to cease targeting individuals with harassment and inappropriate content, reflect on the impact of their content on diverse communities, and adopt a more respectful approach. Engage with their audience in a constructive manner, addressing criticism maturely rather than escalating conflicts. The Online Special Investigation Group will continue monitoring this channel and its alternate account at Jacob Amingasbakar 8 meters for further violations. This is not a joke, it is a cry for help. Echoing at Patriot J79's sentiment as a National Minster and Ninja member for Ninjago J. Gordon Walker, let us work together to foster a safer online environment for all. Master Sergeant Babai, Chief Investigator, Online Special Investigation Group.